How has the Safe Summer program been going with the police officers now that all the high school students are out?
It's going, but it really just started because with the closure, I got my back to the gun, so I hate this. I want to go over here now. But you can have my other half. It's actually going pretty well, but it just started with schools getting out. We move a lot of our SROs into CODA as a part of Operation Safe Summer. We spend a lot of time with juveniles and making sure that those that are on house arrest are there. But we also spend a lot of time with the good kids, making sure that they don't get into trouble. So it's multi-agency, multifaceted, but it's as the name is, Operation Safe Summer. We intend to have a safe summer. And yeah, the intelligence that we get from the relationships that our SROs have with our young people, that's very valuable.
And has there been any more leads for the burglaries of the Bartlett Park area and the stolen property at the pawn shops?
Mm-hmm. Can't tell you, but but we are working diligently on that. And burglaries are hard. My detectives are working a lot on a couple of outstanding homicides, but burglaries are certainly in there because we know how they elevate and escalate. It's been a tough 2011 with homicides, though. Most of them are solved. We got the bad guys in jail. A couple outstanding, and some domestically related. I mean, I had a young person stab a stepfather. I mean, that's almost unpreventable. I mean, I could have had an officer in the front, and it wouldn't have stopped that one from escalating. And then I had this double murder-suicide this past weekend, way up north in the Gandy area. Young people like yourselves, a bad breakup, a boyfriend killing a girlfriend and killing himself. Bad numbers. I couldn't have prevented that. So yeah, violent crime and that's the most frustrating. It really is. And I take that very, very seriously and very much to heart. The more recent homicides of young men, African-American men in South St. Petersburg, and I think one on 6 North, we have very good leads on those. And a cooperating community. That's how these things are solved. We're solving a lot of crime because of the relationships and truly an outpouring from the community, to where the don't snitch policy, it looks like we're starting to put some dings in that. Because I even asked the chief if he's seeing a difference in that, and the answer is absolutely yes. Where people would clam up, they're coming forward and they're saying, hey, I saw the driver, and this is, so we're getting a lot of leads from the community that we used to not, so that's promising.
Is St. Pete working on taking down any of the mills?
The county is, and certainly my police department is working with the county agencies to do that. But we're cooperating with the county.
Why do you think it took Rick Scott a second look to sign off on that stuff? I mean,
No, I'm on camera. Don't
I mean,
Turn the camera off.
I love the governor.
Yeah, dialogue.
Stop vetoing our stuff. I don't
To go any further.
I don't know. So, I mean, there's some things that he and I talked about. Some things that I don't understand, but I don't have to. I mean, I understand somewhat the rationale, albeit it may have been premature, of the high-speed rail and why he sent those funds back to Washington. I understand now all the money went to New York, so New York is getting high-speed rail. Good for them. Some things I don't understand, but hopefully we will understand in due time.
I interviewed you back in fall about the international baseball, and at the time, you were saying that you're in talks with Canada about the World Baseball Classic possibly playing here. Has that?
Still working on that. Actually, Greg Hamilton, who's in charge of the Canadian program, I'm meeting with him this week. He's coming to town. So still in talks with Major League Baseball and who runs the WBC. And we're going to probably have a better international season next year than we did this year. And I'm not even sure I have to spend money to get the Koreans to come back. Now, I think the Korean team or teams will come and they'll pay their way, which is good. I had to give them a little stipend last time. But they just came to train and play a few games, but they didn't play any major league teams. Canada and the Netherlands came to play each other and play major league teams. Well, I've already doubled my major league schedule with just Canada and the Netherlands. So we'll have more major league. Atlanta Braves are coming in. I think the Pirates and maybe one other team. So yeah, doubled my output of major league teams playing international competition. So yeah, it's happening. It's still good. Still using LA. But right now it's a soccer field. And we love it. Anything else? How'd I do, Professor?
How did you do? Good.
Great.
You okay?
Thank you.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, and thanks for agreeing to going into an ever-changing business. I can't think of an industry that is changing so much, because whether you go into print journalism or do you really want to be journalist? I mean, is that
Features.
teacher?
Feature.
Feature, okay.
Feature writer, yeah.
I mean, from the video journalism, I mean, back in the old days when I was a kid, I'm not looking at you.
No, you don't.
I mean, everyone in this room probably has at least a camera and probably a video right there. I mean, that you can sell to TMZ or anybody. You have internet stuff. So your paper journalism is, I can read this online. And there's so much that's happening in your industry. So I guess you could be excited because it is evolving and ever changing. Man, it's a little scary too, because you're venturing out into a very high-tech industry where there's a lot of information out there, a lot of ways to spin it, and man, you guys are going into it. So good luck with that. And remember what I said about trust, though, because you have a responsibility as well. Because your readers, even though you can have an opinion, and everyone's entitled to an opinion, as I tell Paul Tash, my good friend at the St. Pete Times. Yeah, we're friends. You're entitled to your opinion, and you're entitled to make your own opinion. You're not entitled to make your own facts, and you've probably heard that before. But so often, there's a lot of misquotes, a lot of bad information that gets out there, and then we're trying to chase our tail, trying to get the right information out there, and that's very difficult. So, you're for your readers, that trust element is still huge, and if they catch you not just reporting the news, but being a part of the news story or making news, it kills your credibility. I've known more, mainly in the visual mediums, television, where journalists have been literally pushed out because they became too much a part of the story. So just make sure you always get the facts right. Make sure you're always honest with your readers. And yeah, have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you.